It's that time of year again. We're here at Gotham Central Comics and Collectibles for free comic book day. Let's go on inside and see what they got. Vince Sanico at Gotham Central Comics and Collectibles for free comic book day. So we're going to find out how the day's gone for him so far.
So far, pretty good. Just always nice to come out and meet the people and just show the art.
And free comic book day, when you think about it, it's kind of an amazing kind of an event that so you can have fans who are longtime fans, who are kind of casual fans, come in, see the art that's being produced not only by the professional companies, but also by the amateurs.
Yes, but definitely what I always find as well is that it brings on a lot of new people on board. Because it's not like everyone kind of goes out and buys a comic book, but then when they hear something free, they're going to come out. And you know what, and that's the key part, is to get like new readers, especially young readers. Because like the generations as it goes, there's the older generation right now, are out in the comic book stores, but rarely you see any younger ones. So it's a good opportunity for the younger crowd and really get them started to read books, especially comic books. Yeah.
And what's the atmosphere been like today?
Awesome, actually. It's amazing, like starting this from the beginning, I guess, or like when I started this like 7 years ago, just the amount of people that come out. I mean, especially here in Gotham, always a big crowd, and always seeing like new faces every year, which is awesome.
We're here at Big B Comics in Hamilton for free comic book day. We got a food truck, coloring stations. What more could you ask for? We're here with Walt, the owner of Big B Comics here in Hamilton, and he's going to give us some insights into what free comic book day was like here at the store.
Today was fantastic. Today was a busy day. They're so hard to measure against the time before because it seems that, I'm sure a lot of comic shops are like us, we max out. We basically max out in terms of the space and in terms of the amount of people we try to get through the shop. So it's been busy all day. There's really no complaints. It's been a great free comic book day.
And it was kind of like a carnival atmosphere here. You had the Hamilton Public Library. You've got a tent outside. Give us a little bit of insight into what went into, bringing that kind of a feeling to the store.
Yeah, well, before we used to try to fit a lot of activity in the store, and that didn't work because it just creates such bottlenecks. And what the idea is to try to get as many people free comics as you can. And a lot of people pick up stuff. They buy stuff, though. And so these lines, they form and they're huge. And if you have activity in the store, then it just doesn't work. So a couple years ago, we had this brainstorm. We'll rent this huge circus tent, and in there we'll have, face painting for the kids and artists doing sketches, and we invite the Hamilton Public Library to come in because one of the things that we do is hand out extra free comics if they bring their library card in. So if they forget their library card, we just send them out and they give them a library card so they come back in and get extra free comics. So yeah, what else? I forget, there's a couple other things going on out there, but yeah.
I think there was you mentioned a food drive.
Oh yeah, and we have the food drive, sorry, and if people bring in perishable donations for food, non-perishable, sorry, they get extra free comics. So, everybody gets their base. I think we do 4 free comics, and then you pile on if you bring food, if you bring your library card, and if you dress up. So if you come in as a cosplayer, you get extra free comic as well. So it's really good.
All right, great. And can you give us a little bit of the history behind Free Comic Book Day?
Yeah, I think it started way back in the early 2000s. So there's a guy, I think he's in California, and he had this idea, and he put it in some trade magazine, like an industry magazine, on what the publisher should do to, kind of like a promotional thing. And the next year, actually, they came up with this free comic book day concept, and it's always the first Saturday in May. And the good thing about it is, over the years, it's kind of been the default weekend for, I think, Marvel to have their big movie as well. So it's a beautiful marriage, kind of. It's like the big summer blockbuster coming out, free comic book day. It's all, part of the same pop culture celebration, especially comic book culture celebration, and it's worked beautifully. I mean, I remember the first one started off slow, and like I said, now you can't fit all the people in here you want to fit in.
And it's a great way to kind of get the kids involved, coming to a comic book store, kind of getting the feel of what it's like to come in, purchase your comics, get new ideas for what they're going to be collecting when they get older.
Yeah, and it's when we focus on it. Honestly, we don't even focus on collecting. We focus on getting the kids to read their comics. So it's like, everyone I talk to go, okay, buddy, you got to promise me, or little girl, you have to promise me you're going to read them. You got to promise me you're going to read them. So we just want them reading them and enjoying them. And we think all that comes later, right? And but it's just the joy of taking that. I mean, I had it when I was a kid. You'd go home and you'd read your comic, and it'd be the best thing ever. And we want the kids especially to do that. And there was tons and tons of kids today, so that was good. That was a great sign, seeing all the kids today.
Great. Walt, we'd like to thank you for giving us some insight of what it was like at Big B today, and congrats.
Thank you. Thanks.